Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn has admitted that a piece of bipartisan legislation that is supposedly aimed at protecting children on the internet is actually going to be used to target trans people. Because, of course. Shocker. What's my shocked face? Take a look. And now Blackburn is the lead sponsor of the Kids Online Safety Act, or KOSA, and she has stated that the bill, which aims to curb compulsive internet usage in minors and restrict certain website functions for children, will mainly impact LGBTQ+ content. So now, look, there's some decent things in here, decent aims, which is why there are people on, the Democratic side that are in support of this, for example, Joe Biden. But at the same time, it's mainly bad, and it's going to be used to attack the LGBTQ+ community. Now, in a short interview published on Saturday, that's September 2nd, Blackburn stated that protecting minor children from the transgender in our culture is the priority for conservatives in America. So basically, it's one of those things, right?
Oh my God! She admitted it!
She admitted. So now, she added that children are being indoctrinated on social media, and that the bill would help protect children from being exposed to things that they're emotionally not mature enough to handle. Okay, hold on here. Not emotionally mature enough to handle. I don't know, it seems like to me that LGBTQ topics, as far as the right wing, they seem like they're not the ones that are mature enough to handle LGBTQ+ topics, because they freak out every time they see a pride flag or hear a pronoun. It's constant crying and whining every time. Oh, how dare you, trans person, exist? You are pushing this on all of us by simply existing in society. They're so mad. They're so mad. It's not the children that aren't mature. It's you guys. By the way, if you explain this to children in an age-appropriate way, of course, right? Because, they understand completely, because it's not a difficult concept for people to understand. Gender, of course, is internal. Its sexual characteristics are external. And sometimes the internal and external don't exactly match up. That's why we call it transgender, when people transition, when they have a plan to transition to another gender by, changing their names, their pronouns, their styles of dress, their physical characteristics in a lot of cases. Simple stuff. Real easy. Okay? Not something that you really need to spend a whole lot of time trying to figure out. Unless, of course, you're a moron. Now, that said, knowing that this is a thing, that transgender people exist, is not going to make you want to do it. Unless, of course, you already wanted to do it in the first place. Look, that's why detransition is rare. And of the less than 1% of people who detransition, again, very, very small minority of a minority, most of them tend to cite societal pressure. Societal pressure to adhere to traditional gender norms pushed by conservatives. But again, there it is. The, oh my God, they admit it moment for the right wing. They want to target trans people online to ensure that people do not get access to information about gender-affirming care. And by the way, it's not just children, it's adults too, whether it be information about it or even being able to access gender-affirming care. And look, the reason the right wing does this is because they want to run their lives. I don't know why. I don't know why the right wants to run their lives. I just have no idea. Like, I got enough, like, on my plate, run my own life. Why do you feel like you have to control other people? But that's it. That's what they want to do. It's very, very clear. They want to control other people. They want to control society. They want to control, what they do, like how they identify, what bathroom they use, what pronouns they use, what they do in their own bedroom. I mean, it's on and on and on. And so, look, trans people, to the right wing, contradict their beliefs in what a society should look like, and that is binary, where men are men and women are women. And the reason I think that they want this is because it sets up a certain hierarchy where men are in control and women are not. Women are considered to be second-class citizens when it comes to that traditional conservative hierarchy. And what do you need in a hierarchy? Clear rules. And if people can change their gender, suddenly their entire hierarchical structure just comes tumbling down. It falls apart. It falls apart. They can't handle it. Now, how does this apply to KOSA? Is, again, the right wing, they think that all you need to do to prevent people from getting access to information, or they think that all they need to do is to prevent people from getting access to information about LGBTQ topics, and then they've destroyed LGBTQ. I don't know if how that works. I know that doesn't work. But again, they want to stop people from learning about it, and that serves two goals. For one, it prevents the normalization of it, which leads to more acceptance. They can't handle that. And secondly, they believe that if people don't know about it, then they'll not exist. No, that's not true. Transgender people, non-binary people, they've always existed. They will always exist. And the only thing that will happen if the right wing gets their way is that they're going to be forced back underground. That's it. Now, maybe that's part of the goal. It's a terrible goal, but and it's a terrible goal because it has a terrible price in the amount of suicidal ideation within the LGBTQ plus community. That said, to the right, that's not a bad thing. They think it's a good thing. Either being forced to not be yourself or ending your life, they're totally fine with either option. They say, well, you choose one, right? Be forced to live a lie or just end it now. That's what they believe. And so that's not good. These are not good people. And these are people like Marsha Blackburn are not acting in good faith and are constantly pushing bills to harm the LGBTQ plus community while claiming that they're there to protect children, which they're actually not. None of these bills will actually do anything to protect children. That's the thing. And even dumber, it harms adults by increasing censorship and decreasing access to information, and even forcing people to try to have to use IDs online. So, of course, bye-bye privacy. Can lead to police officers, of course, in states that maybe have banned abortion, to, go after people for even looking up information on abortion and soon to be birth control if they go after that, which they plan on. And so that said, I mentioned that there's good things in it in KOSA. For example, limiting advertising for tobacco and gambling, online gambling. It's a big problem, right? Sure, all that stuff's great. But again, as I mentioned, the bad outweighs the good. Opponents of the bill explained that it could lead the platforms to over-moderate and censor content on this issue. But not just this issue, it's to censor content on drug addiction. So if you're looking up information on what to do if somebody in your family has a drug addiction, I think about a teenager dealing with a dad who's an alcoholic, trying to get information on how to deal with that, how to get them help. Oh, you can't. KOSA blocked it. Or even help for eating disorders, which, yes, affect young teenage girls especially, and also boys. And also, you also could have, certain mental health issues that are being blocked as a result of KOSA as well. So, again, blocking access to this information could actually do more harm than good. Now, following this report, Jamie Susskind, however, legislative director for Blackburn, refuted the reports. Oh, really? Stating that, quote, KOSA will not, nor was it designed to, target or censor any individual or community. To which I say, bullshit. 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 That gets 3 BSs right there. She said what she said. Look, don't piss on me and tell me that it's raining. Okay? We know what this is. We know what their priorities are. It's not like they haven't been transparent enough on how they want to destroy the trans community and force them back underground. It's been very, very clear. And understand that this, the reason that it comes out and fully, equivocates on this, it goes, oh, no, that's not what I mean, no. It's because these bills are super unpopular. It's because people can see through their crap. They know, and we all know, that it's never been about protecting children. This is the right wing using children as shields. It's funny because they'll use children as shields and say, oh, we're here to protect children from the biggest dangers. And yet, of course, when children are getting shot up in classrooms, they say, well, we can't help you with that. Can't do anything about that. But don't worry, we'll protect you from pronouns. No, this is using kids as shields in their bigoted war, partly against other children, by the way, LGBTQ plus children, and adults who happen to not think like them. That's the reality of the situation. Blackburn, terrible politician, terrible person, and this bill, KOSA, terrible piece of legislation.